Scorpio, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading. Oh, hold up! With the general tarot reading for Scorpio. Oh, damn it. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season 2023, baby. Welcome to your shadow season. Hydrate, light it if you got it. Because this one feels like a doozy. And y'all are over here probably feeling like Capricorns do usually. Because it's just been like hit after hit, blow after blow. But whoo! Joy, expansion, understanding comes in the morning. All right, Scorpio, be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. You already know Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything for free content. Check out my Instasham at justj_everything. TikTok at justjeverything. And for other dope shit that I do, scheduling, celestial soundtracks, all of those Spotify links, everything at justjeverything.com. All the links are in the description box below. For all of the important astrological transits, check out the Taurus season astrology video. That has all the important dates, but I am going to put you on game because your ruling planets are doing important shit. Scorpio, especially Sun and Rising. Like, whew, excuse me. So first off, Pluto, Hades, the god of the underworld, the planet of ordeals and the transformations that arise from those ordeals. That ruling planet of yours is hanging out in Aquarius, where it hasn't been since the 1700s. Pluto has been in Aquarius, in Capricorn since 2008. You guys have been like getting hit after hit. That's why you feel like a Capricorn. It's funny, I just said that. It's like, y'all been feeling like Capricorns. Yeah, I bet you have, because Pluto has been there for fucking 15 years. And some fresh air is due to you. Due unto you. Fresh air. But first, you got to get through this Mars and Cancer transit. Mars, your other ruling planet, the god of war. Mars, our ambition, our drive, the way we take up space in the world, the way that we express our physical, spiritual, and sexual energy. Mars hanging out in fucking Cancer, where it falls, meaning it like loses some steam. But either way, maybe losing steam, but you're still getting in motion, in regards to like the breaking of cycles that are bound up in your emotional and energetic bodies. There's just like the end of like so many cycles, it feels like. Such hardships. I feel like you guys have been really struggling in faith, really struggling in hope, really struggling to believe, really struggling to connect with people, really struggling to find new friends, struggling to find the job that you're wanting. All of that is shifting big time. And I have it written down. I'm keeping it here for, the next 15 years. But like, so on May 1st, Pluto will retrograde at 0 degrees Aquarius. So still in the fucking void space. Like, has not even gone to 1 degree yet. So this is big change, and with a change this big, like, our patience, our perseverance is required, because this shit is miraculous. This, I feel like, will prove to be miraculous for you if you let it. And if you let it, has everything to do with your mind, which is why Pluto is coming for you in the realm of your mind. Aquarius is a sign of I know, trust and believe. You will be having ordeals and huge metamorphoses and transformation, metamorphosi and transformations in regards to what you think you know, because you think you know, but you have no fucking idea, babe. You have no idea of the expansion that's coming in. On June 11th, June 11th, Pluto will retrograde back into Capricorn. And what you weren't able to learn by way of structure and discipline and just sheer fucking hard work and karma, Pluto is gonna come like blow shit out of, like get stuff out of the way. I feel like there's blockages that are just getting like knocked the fuck down. And Mars in Cancer on the other end of that is going to force you to look at your mother stuff. And Scorpio, you already are the sign of the dark mother. So you come into this world with some kind of, or you come into this incarnation with some weird shit with your mom that you need to be recovering from. And it probably was this like imbalanced power dynamic, or you getting the short end of the stick in some sort of way. Either way, that stuff's coming up, because you got to look at it. And then when Mars goes into Leo, we'll be able to take off and get real clear about any of the daddy wounds that need to be addressed. Either way, our parental shit will be tended to so we can move forward. So, light it if you got it. As we create a safe space, clearing out all that old icky energy, creating a safe space for our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, making sure to keep yourself in a receptive stance, in a receptive mindset, welcoming the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for Taurus season 2023. Welcome to your shadow season, and you will be seeing these uncomfortable parts of yourself that are there to make you better. And that's why you have to look at it. And that's why we have to face it and address it and heal it and move forward. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, take some time, relax, empty your lungs, and then take a deep breath through your nose and hold it at the top when you're ready. And exhale out of your mouth. And empty your lungs again. Inhale through the nose, hold at the top. Exhale out of the mouth whenever you're ready. Nice, showing up strong. I learned this as Sun in Pisces, but everybody else likes to think this is a Scorpio card. So I do feel like you are first thing out on Taurus, in Taurus season, in your shadow season, no matter what comes up. Babe, no matter how hard it hits, no matter how deep it cuts, this is happening for your betterment, for your enhancement, for your spiritual, creative, and emotional maturation. There's been a lot of Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's been a lot of fighting. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of or a lack of, or not using the resources around you or available to you. And it feels like in Taurus season, if you don't voluntarily do it, the divine will make sure you bump your head and you will be forced to focus on your mental health. So I would much rather you voluntarily prioritize that. There also may be someone else with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements coming in. Someone that makes you feel at peace. Someone that is balanced and fair. I knew it was Pisces. Definitely some of Pisces placements. Maybe some of you are feeling stuck. Some of you, this feels scandaloso for some of you. Some of you are in a relationship and this ain't who you're in a relationship with, and you feel stuck, or you feel like curious. Or maybe you are noticing, if you're in a relationship with someone with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements, maybe you're having a hard time seeing that they're struggling with addiction, or that they are stuck in some sort of way, or there's like issues with shame or guilt or resentment or self-punishment, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And you're going to have to be dealing with this stuff in people around you. So you might as well do your work and, you know, be willing to get unstuck and like address the immobility, address what you need to let go of, address whatever you need to be surrendering to. There's something about surrender. I mean, Pluto and Mars shifting, there will be shifts. There will be changes. There is a repositioning coming in. There's a reset. A reset of like your perspective, a reset of like your access to peace. I feel like there's something about being unbothered, and I feel like some of you have been like striving for peace and striving to be unbothered, but it's actually ended up or landed you on autopilot in some sort of way, and that's not the move. And so I feel like this needs to be addressed. Your relationship to numbing, your relationship to recovery. Are you numbing yourself, or are you actually recovering? Are you, where are you feeling stuck? I just feel like some of you, you're feeling stuck because there's this like brand new perspective that you're going to be forced to look at. Six of Cups reversed, which is Sun in Scorpio. This is you, babe. You're going to have to look at the past. There's shame, there's guilt, there's mistreatment, there's neglect, there's like favoritism, there's like fucked up stuff in like the family or within your siblings, or with maybe someone else with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. But it feels like center of the reading is just like, what did I say? You got to get in receptivity mode. And with the Six of Cups reversed, there's something here, like you have an issue receiving, or you are having an issue giving, or feeling generous, or trusting who to receive or who to give to. I do feel like there is something about like your childhood home, or your memories from the past, flashbacks from the past, things that there's like an emotional outpouring. This could be about, I feel like this goes as deep to like your first love, or your first example of love. So looking at your parents and looking at how like fucked up that connection, or you know, that situation is. I know it's fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. And they may not, your parents may have an issue like with you saying it, or may not, or you may be in a family that wants everything to look, you know, cool on the outside. But you know what's up. We all have fucked up family situations. All of us. So you're not like, no one's special in that way. We all just have our different particular brands of trauma that we have to heal from. You know? And even the most fucking cookie cutter, I don't give a shit. That shit's weird too. There's always something weird for us to like evolve or heal from. There is no perfect human, there is no perfect family, so how could there be, like, what is like this scale or the gauge that you're comparing yourself or your family to? I feel like there is like some sort of like clearing out of, or a profound, like this like intense outpouring of like the old emotional, spiritual, or creative foundation. This also could be like there's shit that happened in your childhood that is directly informing the romantic relationships and platonic connections that you have, or that you are in right now. or the lack of romantic connections or intimacy. I feel like your capacity for intimacy wants to grow. You may forget it sometimes, but you're a fucking water sign. You know what I mean? And you may have some other people fooled sometimes, but you're a fucking water sign. Final 2 cards, final 2 messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Whoa. All right. Exactly 2 cards. 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. With the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I knew there was a silver lining. Yay! So the 6 of Cups reverse coming out with the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm saying like there's stuff and like I feel like there are, of course, our fucking childhood informs our adult life. Duh. Like we know that at this point. But I feel like specific details are coming up. Specific memories, specific things. The amount of work, like the amount of time like you were neglected, or that your parents were at work, or that you were like put in a daycare, or that you were like put with some friend, or the stuff that happened to you while you were at the babysitter's house, or while you were at this person's house, or you tending to, you know, your siblings, or you know, depending on like if you were the oldest, you know, how many of your siblings did you actually raise? There could just be there will be some sort of like uncovering of like the family dynamic that I feel like is directly impacting your self-worth. It's impacting how much money you make. It's impacting how much you allow yourself to receive. It's impacting your ability to focus. I do feel like there are things are on the up and up at work. I feel like money is definitely, there is an upswing, but the divine wants you in the position, like the divine knows that like it's like God knows that they're your supply. The universe, source, the divine knows that they are your supply, and that you don't need to be prioritizing money or equating money or this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn to stability and comfort and like security. I feel like the divine is hyper aware of the fact that your emotional maturity, your emotionality, your emotional connections need to be prioritized, and that when your cup runs over, everything else will flow accordingly from that. Whenever you are, you know, not in a place of being so like self-deprecating, or once you get over this like hump of your past, I feel like there's this like brand new cycle of togetherness, of happiness. There is this new definition of success that comes in. There's these new levels of intimacy that get to come in. And I do feel like there is this new appreciation. It's like the money flows to you once you actually start tending to your emotional and mental health. So it's like once you stop focusing on money, that stuff starts to flow, because the lack of money is not the root. There's something else that is perpetuating or feeding that lack or scarcity mentality that has you in this loop of like being a cog in the wheel, or just like working paycheck to paycheck, or not feeling satisfied with the work that you're doing possibly. And some of you are in a place where you are really satisfied with the industry that you're in. You're happy with where things are going. But I do feel like there is some sort of like an emotional blockage or immobility that needs to be addressed. What do you need to surrender to? I feel like you need to see something from a different perspective, which is why this contrast is coming in. And that's exactly what's meant to happen in your shadow season. You are meant to be like kind of like hung up or caught up in some way. You already are caught up in some sort of way. You have been. But in your shadow season, it gets revealed to you how you got caught up, how you got yourself here, how to get yourself out of this. And how to get yourself out of any uncomfortable situation is understanding that the root of it is in your psycho-cybernetics. The root of it is in your subconscious programming. the root of it is it lies in your connection to your inner child. So there is some inner child work that needs to be done. There is some profound, this is a very, for it to be fixed earth season, this is a hella watery reading, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 cards are water cards. And then the other one is this looks like mud. That's what I'm writing. That's the reading. Scorpio is getting out of the mud or getting out of the quicksand. I like mud. This doesn't quite feel like quicksand, but it could easily turn into quicksand if you don't address these internal issues that are coming up. Some of us, we need therapy, and I can't be your therapist. I'm not a therapist yet. I do my best. I bump my head a lot. I know a lot of shit. I can, I'm not a doctor, but I know a lot. But I've been saying this for a minute. It just we got to remember that we are a social species. We were on purpose. The divine source God, the God of your understanding, did not give us the tools to heal our own wounds. On purpose, so that we could go to each other, so that we can even flush out the wounds by way of other people. We're not even privy to the entirety of our own shadow. We can only access the fullness of our shadow. We can only get masterful, 2202. We can only get masterful with our shadow through relating through the other, And so, let me write this down before I forget it. Mud. How do you get out of the mud? Emotional maturity, emotional regulation, emotional intelligence, studying your emotions, learning your cycles, tending to your circadian rhythms. Some of you, I feel like you need to be building your own circadian rhythm. You don't need to be just going off of, what maybe your partner or your family does. Some of you are, you want to stay up later. Some of you, you're going to want to start exploring things, especially when Mars goes into Leo on May 20th. That's going to be takeoff, baby. Because the goal is the 10 of Cups. The goal is understanding that all of this mud, all of the water that's coming in that you're possibly, hopefully not making mud with, all of that water is that's rain that needs to be going into making this rainbow. And if you would allow the outpouring, allow the feelings to be felt, there may be someone coming up from the past. There may be somebody that's still lingering heavy on your mind. There could be some untethering or finally a closure that you allow yourself if you do your part to change your stance, your status, your viewpoint. It's time to go from the 4 of Cups, the fucking closed off, so stuck in the past that you're not able to see the present, not able to see the gifts coming in. It's time to get out of this stance and into receptive mode, into a place of yes, it's coming in. I'm celebratory. I'm joining with other people. There may be new depths in your connection and new depths in your relationship, new depths in your business. Also, I feel like some of you, you've acquired something that feels successful. Maybe the successful are the heteronormative standard of success, the house, the spouse, the 2.5 kids, the white picket fence. Maybe you acquired one of those. Um, I feel like you are just redefining what success is, what loyalty is, what love is, what togetherness is. You're redefining, like, there's like a new milestone, or a new, what is it, like mile marker, I feel like, for like you just like you're raising the bar, setting the standard higher for yourself. There may be somebody at work that really sees you, that really believes in you and has faith in you, someone that's really encouraging. Um, it doesn't matter what their sign is, but there just may be somebody coming in that like gives you comfort and peace, or like your love is growing and expanding for this person. But I also feel like everybody needs to acknowledge the ways that we're stuck. Everybody needs to be able to tell the truth. I feel like there's stuff going on with addiction. There's stuff going on with drinking too much, smoking too much, escapism, evasion, numbing or escapism tactics. That could be even like too much Netflix, too many video games, or too much like something. It's time. There could be just like a numbing agent that's been going on since the childhood. I say a lot of you, but flip it, it may be those around you. But if it's those around you, then it's probably in you too, because those around you, we're all just reflections of each other. And so if it's not me, it's you. If it's not you, it's me. And so there is this symbiosis, I feel like, or is symbiosis for some, there's a cesspool for others, and it feels like the cesspool that needs to be cleaned out. It feels like some of you, the cesspool, it's like a petri dish. And that's what I'm saying. It's like there's like the origins like in the cells. There's something that's being uprooted from you on a cellular level. And it feels like you do your magic to tend to any shame or embarrassment or hurt or stuckness or addiction or alcoholism or depression or anxiety or self, flagellation, self punishment, self-sabotage. Some of you just been feeling really, really stuck in the emotions, feeling really stuck in your body, feeling really stuck maybe in physical conditions. Maybe this stuff has been going on since you were a child. 2727 on the clock, that's my lucky number, and I'm giving it out to you that there's big shifts coming with this. There's like ending energy, end of an era. Pluto moving into Aquarius. Pluto doesn't really start its its transit into Aquarius until November 2024. And then it's going to be there until March 2043 when it goes into Pisces. And we'll be old and gray, but still fine though. Who knows where technology will be at that point? Who knows? Well, maybe all of our consciousness will be uploaded. It will be like interdimensional space beings. And we finally, we already are, but we'll finally be able to crack the codes, play the game. Yeah, there's definitely something with gaming or something here, or maybe you're just distracting yourself, or and we all are entitled to our fun. We are all entitled to mystery. We're all entitled to our private time and to our own vices. But I'm just saying, don't create more mud. Don't create mud for yourself. It's funny. The Six of Cups has 4 cups reversed. So there's an outpouring, and then the 4 of Cups is out. So there is this and the divine is coming in to replenish this new emotional foundation. But you can't just bury yourself in work. You can't just keep distracting yourself. We have got, would you just look at it? Look at it. Get ready for the wave. Get ready, because this is crazy. You would think that this is Cancer season. This feels profoundly emotional and good. It's profoundly emotional because it's we're no more pussyfooting around. You've got great things that divine has planted in you, and you are being activated. And I love you, but like, it's fucking go time. This is at stake. Your 10 of Cups. You want that. You need that. You've been calling that in. You've been putting in so much work. Don't give up now. Just make sure you're putting that work in to you. And to healing your wounds. Tending to the outpouring so that you can allow yourself to receive. And you want to receive, the divine wants to give you clear, crystal, beautiful water. Not more mud for you to play with. I'll see you over on Patreon. This is going to be juicy, watery, clearly. Oh. Let's get into it.
For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.